Good day. This is September's Cancer astrology report concerning love, life, career, basically the whole nine. This is from the aspects of the divine feminine, which is the top row, and we'll get into the good, the bad, and how to find balance. And then down here on the bottom row is the divine masculine, the good, the bad, and how to find balance. And then how to find sacred balance within both aspects of divine feminine and divine masculine. So dealing with Cancer the crab. It's a 4 as far as the astrology. So there's a sense of balance. But with Cancer, sometimes it's what they're calling balance that can be the issue of balance itself. And we'll see if that comes up in this reading. And again, if I'm speaking on anything that you find resentment with, I don't mean any harm, but I just speak my truth. So much like with anything that you see me do, if it does not resonate, I implore you to keep seeking elsewhere, but always seek within. And so from the divine feminine aspects of what's going to happen in September for the sign of Cancer, the good part about September will be tied into the High Lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. There's a duplicity in this, and okay, I see where the duplicity is coming in because it's a 2. 2 is a reflection. You're going to look in the mirror when you're being the 2. You look in the mirror and you see yourself, but sometimes we see ourselves through others. So you're almost sabotaging yourself because you don't want to find that definition of self. So you try and place so much energy in helping others to define themselves. So it's almost like deflective self-work. I'm going to help you figure out who you are, and that's going to make me feel so good about myself that now I know who I am. That's that, you're going to have to find some humility in that. You're going to have to allow everybody their path to do what they need to do on their own. You can assist anybody, and that's where that service comes in. But you don't need to apply gratitude to the point of, I told you this is what you need to do to get out of your situation, and now you ain't doing it, and now you all bent out of shape as a Cancer. You want to go back in your shell, but you also want to snap people's head off with your pincers. See them things hurt. You want to snap at everybody else because they didn't do the soul work that you prescribing for them, but you forgot to prescribe some for yourself. So you might want to practice a little bit of humility, and that may be presented to you. It may be clear in the mirror that, oh, okay, while I'm asking everybody else to do something, I'm still over here, struggling with what I need to do within my own self. So that sense of selflessness that you've been offering others because you're always trying to help everybody else may actually be selfishness, because you in a sense, it's a duality there too. It is selflessness because you're leaving yourself out of the equation, and that's selfish towards yourself, and then you end up being selfish in nature towards others because you forget to practice not only humility but compassion when other people are struggling in their own journeys that you're trying to assist them through. So while you can offer yourself into service, don't get wrapped up on that gratitude part of thinking when somebody is finding overwhelm in their own path that they need to back out, and I hope that they don't run from it. But sometimes people need to back out or slow down from that soul growth because it's too aggressive for them. You as the Cancer want to get aggressive with them when they become passive within themselves. So the good thing of that is you might be able to see that more clearly of where you are actually serving others or serving yourself in deflection. And there's that too. The bad part or the heavy part about it is the Hawk Prince. You see it. You see it coming. Think about the Hawk, one of the best eyesights on the planet. They see things coming before they even get to it. I think a Hawk can see, something like uppers of, I'm going to go low end. I think it's 2,000, but I want to say 20,000. But I think that's unrealistic. But either way it go, their sight is phenomenal to where they can see things so far to where it's just like, how do they even do it? And a Cancer, in this sense, it's saying you got the same energy because you're under the 11. The 11 is the illuminator. Nothing is hidden from you. But again, if you are deflecting your energy into others and trying to serve them more than you're remembering to serve yourself, you're deflecting and you're not paying attention to the right things because you're too busy paying attention to where that light is shining at instead of where that light might be shining from. And I'm saying that in the sense of you are the light. So you're too busy paying attention to what's out there instead of what's in here. And that's that spirit communication saying, hey, pay attention to me. No, 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 no. I already promised so-and-so I'm going to help them fix this. Or I done already prescribed this soul path for somebody, and now you're paying attention to them, but you're forgetting to pay attention to the source. And that's where things could get real heavy, because what it's starting to become a common knowing, or conscious knowing, I should say, of you seeing where you might be messing yourself up by trying to help others, then it's going to start becoming a little bit detrimental. The best way to balance that out is to become the energy of the lady of the gift in reverse. And the generosity, receiving, and withholding is the energies on the card when it's upright. And again, it's a 2. It's a 20, which turns down to a 2. It's all going to be input, output. In this case, it's going to be output, input. The energy you're putting out is going to be the energy you're getting back in. And if you need to be focusing that energy within, you may need to stop putting out energy at this point. Remember, you are the gift. The gift has been given to you. Stop trying to give it to everybody else, hoping that you can develop your own. It may be time for you to listen to them spirits talking to you, and even your spirit itself. Pay attention to what's internally burning you up, because remember, with 11, it's an illuminator. It's like a spotlight. Some spotlights are intense, and if you're not paying attention, they will burn you. And so you need to give yourself the same generosity that you've been trying to offer others. And the best way you can do that is by probably pulling back your energy a little bit during the month of September and being a true crab. I go to the beach every Saturday, and I watch those crabs dig them deep holes, and they go back in there. And when they come out, when somebody gets close to them, they run back in their hole and basically play the hermit thing, because they know that they need to protect themselves. So word from that is, protect yourself during the month of September, and do some self-reflection and give yourself as much energy as you've been trying to give others. And coming down here to the divine masculine aspect, remember, the masculine aspect is that controlling aspect, the dominant force of this is what it's going to be, and this is how it needs to be organized. That's a true Cancer energy. Cancers, even in their femininity, carry masculine energy. Excuse me. And let me catch that glare off real quick. The first card, or what's going to be good for September, is the prison waif. And it's self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. And that's that poverty consciousness tied back into that gratitude. If you're too busy giving away everything to everyone else, then you now have nothing. Your cupboard is empty. So stop doing that prison thing, or thinking that you... duality of card again. Wow. Okay. The duality of this card is you're trying to free others from their prisons, but you're putting your own self in one. Think about what I just said about the crab. He goes back in the hole. He cages himself in there while he's sitting there counseling everybody else. So you can't box yourself in while trying to help others get out of a box, because at the same time, you're putting them in your box. You're describing and prescribing for these other people that you call yourself helping or serving. You're giving them prescriptions and parameters and limits of what you want to see for them, but in some senses it may not allow them to see what they need for themselves. And so basically tying it back into you're sabotaging yourself because you're too busy paying attention to others. And your order mind is like, I got to get this right. And because a large part of you is not going to want to let go. Think about with a crab. Anybody who's going crabbing or put a crab in a pot, when you put them bad boys in that pot, they will grab a hold of each other and they will lose that claw before they lose their life. They do not let go. And even if they have to detach that claw still going to be holding on. So don't get so caught up in trying to get towards the prescribed or preconceived notions and these perceived ideas that you have in your head. Don't get so caught up on trying to get to all these different things and they not really contain you, because you've now found yourself dealing with others more than you deal with yourself. And that's that self-sabotage. So now the heavy part of the energy, and again, like I said earlier, the good, the bad. Bad is not always bad things. It just means that it's going to be a heavy energy throughout that month. It's the rainbow prince. Compensation and perseverance. Remember what we just got through saying. Your whole thing from the feminine aspect is, I would like some gratitude for my service. But the whole reading so far has been telling you serving everybody except for yourself. So if you want to get some compensation and perseverance, You're going to have to step out of them prisons and allow all your prisoners, these people that you call yourself helping, let all your prisoners free, because then you can get that rainbow. And that rainbow has so many meanings. That rainbow is, that sign that everything's going to be okay and that you're going to make it through. That rainbow is a sign of there's a pot of gold at the end, that compensation. Journey along that rainbow and embrace life in full. When most of us see a rainbow, it instantaneously puts a smile on your face. I don't care if you're Debo. When you see a rainbow, you're going to smile. It just brings a piece of joy to you. So embrace the rainbow, or play like the Skittles commercial. Taste the rainbow. Compensate yourself and persevere out of your situations. The same perseverance you want these people that are imprisoned by your, I'll say it, overbearing energy. The people that you want to see make it through, want to see you make it through and persevere just as bad. And the best way that you can do that, balancing your divine masculine as a Cancer, is to play in Gaia's garden. Find fruition, find abundance, and reap what you sow. Think about, back up here, really the whole reading is saying the reason why you're not getting ahead, or the reason why you may not be as far as you need to be or perceive yourself to want to be, is because you've been tying more of your energy into others. You want them to reap the benefits of what you sow, but what are you reaping? You're reaping more deflection from self. So that same fruition and abundance that you're offering everybody else, offer it to yourself. And, the whole world is your oyster. Just put it like that. When you get out and you realize that everything in nature is here for you, and, it's available to you, within reason. We can't get gluttonous, but within reason, everything in nature is a sign of abundance around you. Everything grows, everything changes, everything stays in continuation. You need to treat your existence the same way. You need to stop thinking that you do not have and understand that you already have, and you already have been through to the finish line. You just got to walk this race and get there. So go out and play in the garden. And a lower sense of that is we're getting into cooler temperatures. September brings the autumn equinox, the transition from summer into fall. Nature gets even more beautiful than it is in spring and summer. I'll go ahead and say it, and I'm a spring person. But get outside and enjoy watching the transition of seasons as you transition the seasons of your soul. Now, the best way that you can find balance in this whole situation as a Cancer, the balance in between divine feminine and the balance in between divine masculine is sacred balance. And it is the hungry ghost in reverse. Hungry ghost speaks of attachments. And remember, this is all about trying to help everybody else so much to the point to where you ain't helping yourself. You're going to have to stop being obsessed with the soul paths of others. Start becoming addressing and diligent towards finding your own soul path. And that will allow you to cut some of these attachments and allow you to stop having that scarcity consciousness of thinking that you don't have enough within to make it through. So now you need to attach your energy to multiple people who you got them running a race. It's almost like you at a dog track and you got three dogs on the course, and one of them gonna make it through. And when that one make it through, then I get a payday. That rainbow. I'm gonna get that compensation for working on everybody else's soul, even though I'm sabotaging my own. So drop those attachments and stop thinking that you have to play that division game within your mind, because at the end of the day, it's a 14, which is a 5. You're manipulating yourself. And that is because you are refusing to own the balance within your soul more than you're trying to honor the balance within others. So that's what I got for you, Cancer. This is for the whole month of September. In case I didn't say it at the beginning, it's for Cancer, but this goes for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer First House. Well, it don't matter. Any of the house placements, Cancer Rising, anything that resonates for you. We are bigger than these signs, so you can take an aspect from all of them or a piece from all of these signs and apply it to yourself. That's the way this world works. We're in a state of interconnectivity. So peace and wholeness, coming back out with Leo.